Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, y'all. You know, I always gotta do the fix, check. Been outside, so my hair is a little bit disheveled. Waiting for you guys to come in, because this is gonna be a good live. What's up, what's up, what's up? Just popping in. Getting ready for y'all. The topic for today, if you haven't seen it yet, it is about money. Money. Hey, money. So I did a poll a while back asking if you guys wanted to talk more about money, or if you guys wanted to talk about money as well. And I got a resounding yes. So we're going to go back to doing Money Matters Me. We did that in the past as well. So we're going back to do Money Matters Me. And today is all about what influence your mother had on you. You know, what you wish you had learned from your mama earlier. Let me also go over here and do a little bit of the technicals, you know, invite all the peoples, all the good stuff. So if you're looking back at this, you know, feel free to forward a couple of minutes. But we're going to get started in a little bit. Definitely for sure. But let me also get over to all the other places to let the peoples know. Today's a little bit of a tricky situation because it's Mother's Day, so I'm like, But, oh yes, how rude. First of all, happy Mother's Day to all mamas out there in these streets. No, but for real, happy Mother's Day to all mothers. You are definitely appreciated, much appreciated, even though you don't hear it maybe all year round as you should, but you are appreciated, definitely. But let's see. I think I'm gonna jump on right into it. And then whoever comes. And the rest is just for the replay. Almost went in a Rihanna situation there. Upon the replay. But I'm keeping it in. Y'all, 2 weeks later, let's give it up for the popping curls. 2 weeks later. It really do that much to it. Only touch up the front a little bit. And in the back as well, but we still popping. So yes, there's no drinking tea with V without actually drinking tea. So let's get on into the flavor of the day. This is the Old Faithful, y'all. Can you see it? Can you see them? Yes. Ginger me ninja. Because I need all the immunoboosting situations that I can get right now. Because yes. So it's ginger again. This is probably going to be a staple because of the panorama, quote unquote panorama that we're living in. I need to make sure that I stay on top of all of the health and all of that stuff. Make sure that I'm good at all times. Can't catch you slipping out candy streets. No. Don't be caught slipping out here, y'all. And especially like outside starting to open up a little bit. You don't want to be caught slipping. So, yes. By the way, get cute. Get cute so you can hop on as well. Let's have a little convo back and forth so that I don't feel like I'm talking to myself necessarily. Yes? See? Give a thumbs up or hearts if you agree. But yes, let's get on into it. Gratitude moment for this week. Gratitude moment. Let me think. Yes, yesterday, just being able to just guilt-free take a nap, a 5-hour nap. That is my gratitude moment for this week, y'all. I took a nap yesterday for 5 hours, and I woke up feeling refreshed. pushed. What? I felt in the best shape of my life. No, but I just felt good. I really needed that. I really, 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 really needed that. And it was good to just have that moment to just zen out and just relax. And ain't feel no type of way about sleeping them 5 hours, y'all. I needed that nap. I got that nap and I felt good. So that is my gratitude moment of the week. Oh yeah. So if you want to share what your gratitude moment of the week is in the comments below as well, that would also be welcome. Because, you know, it's all about the positive vibes. The more you focus on the positive, the more you see as well. And the more you attract your way. But let's hop on into this topic. You know, it's all about what you wish your mother taught you earlier. But before we get into that, can I just talk about just what I did get where lessons is concerned from my mama? Before we talk about, you know, appreciate all the lessons that I did get. Before I go over into talking about what I wish my mama taught me earlier. And the first one is, you ain't working for nobody but yourself. I don't care what your working situation is. You are not working for anybody but yourself. That was the first thing my mama taught me. Because number one, work as if you're working unto God. And number two, your work ethic will precede you and follow you everywhere you go. So if you're going to work, do your best always, always, always. That's why I tell people, I don't do, excuse my French, but I don't do half-assing. I need both cheeks. I always need both cheeks. So that's the way how I put it. I tell people, listen, I don't want half of it. I need both cheeks at all times. And that's me. That's how I roll up to this day. So I'm really, really grateful that my mother is still that in me. Because yeah, that's still how I roll now. That's really still how I roll. And secondly, numero dos, what my mama did teach me is self-control has an effect on your money as well. If you don't have self-control, boo-boo. I know some people have it better in other areas than the next, but self-control affects your money as well. Or your money status quo, at least. Because if you have no self-control, then you can be just, you know, you'll be out here like making it rain. Hey, 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 hey. Anything that pop up, you're going to be like, I needs to have it. I'm going to get it. It's mine. Instead of, you know, thinking more long-term, thinking more about, okay, is this an investment or is this just me squandering money? You know, think a little bit more. And what I tend to do is I leave it linger. And if I want that same thing a month or 3 months down the line, I'm going to get it. If not, do I really need it? Nah. A lot of things I just want. I don't necessarily need. And sometimes if I really want something, I'm going to just get it. But if it fits within the budget, because budget. Ooh, that's the next one. Budget, please. Let's keep that 3. Learning how to budget from a younger age is very, very, very important. It's all about, okay, this is the amount I have. Make it work. What do I have? What do I want? What do I need? Start off with what you need. Then figure out how you're going to factor in all of the wants. Or what you're going to do now, what you're going to do later. So definitely budget. That was number 3. And let me put that in. Because that was a spontaneous one that I didn't write down here. Money don't grow on trees. And that is another thing that I learned from my mama. Money don't grow on trees. So yeah. The same thing with the budget thing is, where the budget thing is concerned, make it work. It don't grow on trees. You don't just go outside and just so, you know, make it last. Make it last. That was number 4. Number 5 is give. Be generous with wisdom. because you know some people can just some people would just give without wisdom, and that would get you into problems. Number one with the wisdom part is that you don't borrow anybody any money that you know that if you ain't getting it back right away, that you're going to be in problems. Don't do not I do not Up to this day I don't do it. Even if I'm borrowing money to somebody, I'm gonna make sure that if I don't get it back, touche. You know, you live and you learn. You live some, you learn some, or you lose some, you learn some. But yes, that is definitely one of those things where giving, but giving with wisdom. And also another thing where wisdom is concerned is that, you know, unfortunately we have situations where people end up being homeless and so forth, but you should be able to use wisdom and know that are they actually going to buy it, going to use that money for food? Are they actually needed? Do they actually need it for shelter? Or are they just going to squander it on buying drugs? Are you going to be that enabler? That is also a part of giving with wisdom. So that's why even if I'm going to give somebody money or give where money is concerned, especially if they're homeless or whatever, I will go with them to the supermarket. Let me go with you to the supermarket. Let me make sure that it's food you're getting. Okay? So I don't want to be a part in enabling any bad habits. And I'm talking about being homeless and drug addiction right now, but it could be anything else, because some people will be like, oh yeah, you know, borrow me this, borrow me 50, you know, whether it be guilders then or euros now or dollars as well. Yeah, borrow me 50, you know, I need to make ends meet, blah 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 blah. And when you look, you being very very wise with your money, you borrowing somebody who wasn't being wise with their money, and then they out there partying and you like, I chose to forfeit doing or going or whatever, and then you out here these streets just, yeah. So yeah, give, be generous, but do so with wisdom, please. So that is 5. But because I'm being generous, I'm gonna give you 5 plus 1, because the budgeting was just a spontaneous thing that I didn't think of before, but that budgeting is definitely a key part of my life to this day. But let's go 5 plus 1. What my mama did taught me, that was focus on education to make good money. Focus on education to make good money. Now, that's where we're gonna go over just now into what I wish my mama taught me. But this is a yes and no situation, because spending money on education, higher education, it is definitely worth it because you are taught how to think, how to figure out things, and that is basically what school teaches for the greatest part. But the part where it's like, oh, to make good money, I don't agree. I do not agree, because you could have a master's, you could have a PhD. That don't guarantee you squat. Maybe back in the days, maybe, but that has been trumped, and yeah, higher education doesn't guarantee you making good money. It will advance your opportunities. It will cause you to be in a higher bracket where you can be like, listen, I got this paper, so you can't charge me so much and so much. But still, right now, there are a lot of students with higher degrees being paid diddly squat. So yeah, that was a tough one. So again, that last one is kind of a yes and no situation. But now we're gonna get into the part where, like, what I wish I learned earlier, what I wish that I was taught earlier. And that the first one is money is a mindset mixed with opportunity, mixed with competence, and mixed with knowledge. So all of that mixed together, those four components mixed together, that is what money is built up of. Because if you don't know how money works, that's why I'm like, for the most part, school teaches you how to think, but school teaches you to become a worker. It does not teach you to become somebody who makes money out of the system. So that is where it's like the good money is relative, is relative. And oh yes, degrees are no guarantees. That is definitely true. That is definitely true. And the student loans. The student loans is the part where I was getting to, where I'm like, boo boo. If you were taught how money works, if we were taught capitalism, if we were taught entrepreneurship, if we were taught how to make money, if we were taught how to let our money make money, then that would be a different story. And you don't need a college degree for that, because I have college degrees too, with the student loans to go with it. And I'm telling you right now, I'm like, I don't regret it. I do not regret it, because my studies have also been stuff that you can't just you can learn via Google, but it was definitely handy, because the biology part, no, but the marketing part, the business management and marketing, I feel like I could have done that, and I could have gotten the tools without the student loans to go with it. To be honest, if I'm being really honest, I feel like that. But the biology part, I felt like, yeah, I would have needed to go to college to do that. I definitely don't regret. I don't regret it. But them student loans though, because those are blocks on your feet, definitely, and it does inhibit you to be able to make certain decisions in life later on when you're finished studying. So if you want to decide to just take a break after studying, you can't do that, because it's like, okay, let me hurry up, get this job. Let me hurry up, start paying back this situation, because, yeah, what they don't talk about. Before, I mean, things have changed now. Before, they never used to count student loans as a loan or as debt for when you wanted to acquire your own home, to buy your own home. But now they do. So that is what changed. And even if it's like, it still inhibits you in other areas as well. If you want to get a car, if you want to get a house, all of these different things, student loan plays a big role in all of that. And right now, they don't even, you know what's the funny part too? Here in the Netherlands, they don't even look at how much you still have to pay. They just look at how much you started off with, and that is what they count, which is ridiculous. Because let's say if I had 50,000 and I only have 10,000 left to pay, why are you still looking at the start amount of 50,000? It's beyond me. It is beyond me. And that is where the system again is set up not to necessarily have you win. Just saying. But anywho, so that is definitely that part. I wish I also learned number 2, how to, the part where I talked about having my money make money for me. I haven't learned that part. I mean, the savings part, I learned that from young, and I didn't learn it from my mother actually. I learned that from my second mother, which is my aunt. But I learned the whole saving and budgeting, and the budgeting from my mom, the saving from my aunt, and also the budgeting from my aunt. But anyways, so where that is concerned, I had that part down pat, but now it's like, okay, saving money right now, you get 0.001 or 0.03%, which is nothing. Before, it used to be between 5 and 8%. Then after I started studying, it dropped to, I believe, 3%. Then it went down to 1%, and after that, it was basically like lost case. So saving money right now is just, of course, you need to have an emergency fund. in case anything happens, you're not in any problems or whatever. But saving money and just keeping it on a bank, you're actually losing money, because with inflation, that money is going to keep being worth less and less and less and less, because there is no interest on it. But we are continuing to have inflation, but no interest on any savings that we're having on the bank. So that is huge. Not having interest and still having inflation, that money sitting right there is doing nothing for you. So I wish I definitely learned. I wish I learned more about investing, so that my money could make more money for me while I sleep, while I chill, while I relax. So yes, that is number 2. Number 3. What I wish I learned, tying back into that last point where we talked about having the degrees and blah 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 blah, that is that not all hard work renders good money either. Ding ding ding, surprise. I'm not saying that it's not good to have hard work, and definitely putting the work in, because I'm definitely about that life. Work ethic, listen, like I say, work ethic follows you everywhere, because at a given point is like people look for you based on your work ethic. A lot of the things that I've done in the past, because people know me by doing the work I do, and some of it was not even paid, but it paid out after. Because people's like, no, I know V going to go full force. V got this on lock. Even if she doesn't know it, she'll figure it out. So that work ethic definitely follows me everywhere I go, and so that is still good. But all hard work doesn't pay good money. You need to work strategic. Yep. You need to know where to put the work in. You need to figure out systems. You need to figure out how to optimize things. And that is all of these different things. It's not just a matter of just like, oh yeah, hard work. Because if you don't have vision, if you don't have strategy, if you don't have optimization, you're just working in vain, really. And that's why I get myself a little bit of a problem, because I'm like, I don't mind the hard work, but I am not going to work hard if I could work smart and not have to work hard. That's not what we're doing. Why all is that? Why all do all of that? That is not necessary. But yeah, so work smart. Work smart. Definitely work smart. I can't say it again. Please. Please. So yes, I get in trouble because when I come in place, the first thing I'm like, okay, what has to be done? Okay, cool. How do you go about doing it? Okay, no, that could be better. And sometimes people appreciate it. Sometimes other people will be like, how you gonna reach in here, have what to tell me, and excuse me, sorry. But yes. So that's number 3. I kind of stayed there a little bit longer. But what I definitely wish I learned from before is how taxes work. Yeah. Talking about the money system, how taxes work, I wish I learned that earlier. Because if you know how that works, you would also know and figure out how to keep more. Yep. Because basically, if you know how the tax system works, being a worker, being an employee, employees are being taxed the most. The most. I'm telling you. And that's why they say basically everybody just needs to have a business so you can have deductibles. Okay? And so if you also have a business in which it's making enough money, you also get to the point where you have like, for instance, I'm going to use an example here in the Netherlands. If you have a BV and you are then paying yourself a salary from your company, from your BV, then you pay max 20%. That is a maximum of 20% of taxes that you're paying. And that's not even counting what you're able to deduct. So now, if we look at just salaries, it starts off at, I believe here it starts off at 35%. And then it goes up all the way to tax bracket where you would pay up to 48% in taxes. Mind you, you have different tax brackets and stuff like that, but it goes all the way up to 48%, which is basically half of what you make. So if you think you make it, it's like, oh yeah, I want to make 6 figures, I want to make 100,000. If you are an employee making 100,000, say bye bye to at least about at about almost 50,000. Like about 50,000, you just losing straight away. But yeah, so that's why I definitely wish I learned about taxes before. The last one that I wish I learned from before, or wish I learned earlier. Ooh, this one is tough. And this one is, whew. But yes, I'm gonna keep it real, raw, and relevant on Drinking Tea with V. Is that I wish I learned earlier that I can't take everybody with me. I want to. Trust me. I want everybody, listen, I want everybody winning. I want everybody winning. But what happens is that to be able to excel in that field, in finances, where finances is concerned, you have to have a certain mindset. And when you're in the struggle, you will have people around you who can relate to, who identify with. And once you start changing your mindset to be able to think differently, and you see you're not only thinking on like, okay, what is the 9 to 5, but also how can I have a side hustle, how can I optimize my finances. If you're budgeting and somebody just wants to just keep ahead, like, oh no, I just want to be at every party, I want to be at every this, I just want to have the latest this, and I want to have the latest that, I need to have the biggest car, and you're not on that same vibe with them, the mindset will then cause you to then start slowly but surely shifting and separating. And that's why when I find it's unfair when people start to say it's like, oh, you forget where you come from or whatever it is. It's definitely not that. It's just that to be able to get there, you need a certain mindset shift to be able to make and keep that money. So I definitely wish I learned that earlier. And if I learned that earlier, I feel like it would have been a little bit easier to understand and accept. So yes, that is those are all of the points that I wrote down. So money is a mix of mindset, opportunity, competence, and knowledge. I wish I learned about investing earlier. I wish I learned that not all hard work renders good money. And them student loans as well. Ooh, child. But yes, number 4, I wish I learned about taxes earlier and how that works. It is interesting. I definitely advise. I get stressed out by it still. But I've come to learn so much more about it, and I think differently. I see the world differently right now. And that is definitely a game changer. But yes. And yes, you're not going to be able to take everybody with you, because not everybody is going to want to make the mindset shift. Not everybody is going to want to put in as much work as you do. So sometimes even in the coaching that I give, it's like, okay, I'm giving the tools, I'm willing to share them. Don't hate on people when you see them finally cashing in on different situations. Don't hate. Question yourself. Am I willing to make the mindset shift that is necessary to be able to achieve that? And am I willing to put in the work also to achieve it? If the answer is no, don't hate, don't be jealous. It's that simple. Because a lot of people is like, okay, even if you're working, you come home, from work is like, okay, what are you doing with the hours before you go to sleep? What are you doing with those hours? So in that sense, it's like, yeah, are you willing to put in the work? Are you willing to seek out information? Are you willing to seek out knowledge? Are you willing to look for mentors in person, like people that you know, or whether it be online, communities? Are you willing to surround yourself and go for more knowledge, understanding, to be able to make the mind shift that is necessary? But anywho, I wish I learned all of that. I'm gonna keep it short. I'm gonna keep it sweet. I see people bouncing in and out, and it is gorgeous weather here today in the Netherlands. It is now almost 24 degrees. This is how I literally was outside. You can see the sun gleaming in, gleaming in. But yes, enjoy the playback. Enjoy the playback. And if you have anything else that you wish you were taught earlier where money is concerned, definitely drop it in the comments below. Like the video if you like it here on Instagram. Also, I'm going to put it over on YouTube. That should be up by tomorrow. Go over there, subscribe as well. Join the Drinking Tea with V community on the different platforms, because yeah, people have been also asking, show some more love on Facebook. Well, go over on Facebook, show some more love there, and who knows, I might be doing more stuff there. So you don't want to miss out on anything. So definitely follow me on all the socials, and be fabulous, stay fit, and have a fantabulous week. Deuces. Mwah. Bye. Toodles.